What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. Now, in this guide, we'll be talking about the new double barrel shotgun. We'll be getting into the stats with some awesome tips and tricks. So guys, let's get to this guide. The double barrel shotgun is quite interesting, with many people having mixed feelings about it. Now, before we move on, let's get into the stats. So, the double barrel comes in epic and legendary variants and can be found from floor loot, chests, supply drops, and vending machines. The epic will deal a max damage of 143 to the body with a headshot damage of 178, and that's for one shot out of the 2 shots you get, which is pretty insane. It's got a reload time of 2.8 seconds and a max DPS of 271. The legendary will deal a max damage of 150 to the body with a headshot damage of 187 with a reload time of 2.7 seconds and a max DPS of 285. It fires off 10 pellets, so the more you connect, the more damage you'll end up dealing. Although you have to take into account the range, because being just a few feet away can result in dealing some really low damages. So I've been noticing a lot of mixed reviews on it, some people thinking it's a little OP or just not good at all. My time playing with it, I'd say it's pretty fair. Being good at getting dangerously close to your opponents will reward you with the chance of getting an elimination. Now, the counter to this weapon is that it's pretty bad at medium to close distances. You're basically using a great tactical shotgun with 2 shots and a long reload time. So what this means is that you'll be using your secondary a lot more during build battles when your opponent's at a medium distance and is kinda close but just not close enough. Another thing I want to mention is that damage to structures is the best compared to every other shotgun. You've got 2 shots and a newly built wall will explode with just 1 double barrel shot. You can then take your second shot towards your opponent and switch to your secondary for the finisher. Or that second shot might just be enough to eliminate your opponent because of how strong it is at closer ranges. Now, that's actually a tip I want to give you guys to start utilizing. If your opponent is super close and he built a wall for cover as you pull out your shotgun, blow the wall off and take the last shot directly at your opponent. Then go for the SMG finisher if needed. It's a super useful way of winning fights with this new shotgun. I also want to quickly mention that a pump will deal around 45 damage up close to a wall, and every wall starts off at around 80 HP as it builds, so one pump shot will not be able to blow through a wall. An epic heavy will deal 79 damage, which is 1 HP too low for a wall break, although a legendary heavy might be enough because it deals 83 damage to a wall, which is perfect, but you gotta consider time. If you wait too long, you won't have that one shot chance. Now, with the double barrel, you're dealing up to 112 damage to a wall, and you've got an extra few seconds to even take your shot, which is why I recommend you taking that first shot towards a newly built wall if needed. Now, the next tip is to make sure you're getting as close as you possibly can to your opponent, because you're more lethal than him with your double barrel. Remember, 2 shots can eliminate an opponent with 200 health. Now, the last tip I want to give you guys is to use your shots wisely. You'll now need to be forcing yourself to use your SMG at medium distances because you're just not close enough for the double barrel. This means you'll technically be at a disadvantage versus a player with a pump or a heavy shotgun, because they can still deal a solid amount of damage at medium distances, while you'll have to make sure you're good at tracing targets with SMGs at medium distances. Using up both double barrel shots too early will result in a pretty big disadvantage if your opponent does keep that pressure towards you. Taking almost 3 seconds to reload might end up canceling because you need to build cover from your opponent. So depending on how good you are at getting up close to your opponents while building the necessary cover will determine if the shotgun is for you. If you struggle at getting close, then the shotgun might not be for you. Although if you're patient with your shots and you're great at getting right up to your opponent's face, then the shotgun will be deadly in your hands. Now remember, you've got many more disadvantages compared to the pump or heavy, so you'll either be able to push through those disadvantages or you just won't. Now, the heavy and the pump shotguns are always going to be great shotguns to use. Even being good with a double barrel doesn't necessarily mean you'll want to use it. Having a pump or heavy will allow you to use it at more comfortable ranges while still being able to build cover from your opponents. While with the double barrel, you've got to be in their face and you can't really build cover from there, so it can somewhat be a blind firefight in some cases. Although I want to know what you guys think about the double barrel, so let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoy using it or you'd rather stick to one of the other shotguns. Well guys, that's it for this guide. Hope it can help some people out, and a like and a sub will be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day and night, and I'll see you on the next one.